Welcome back to the Got Her Back podcast.
Girl, what you been doing?
Where the hell have you been?
I mean, shoot, I've been just trying to keep my head above water.
I feel like you've been around the world.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, you have your hater blockers on today?
Yeah,
or what?
girl.
Are we leaving these on all day?
Yeah, I'm leaving them on today. Got my hater blockers on. We got some haters, I hear.
We're getting some haters.
Getting some haters must be doing something right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
What is your
Thanks
shirt
for the likes and the listens.
the downloads?
Hitting me won't make you pretty. My bad.
Megan,
Yes.
we have a lot to talk about.
Okay.
You've been missing my calls.
I know.
You've been cupcaking over there on the phone randomly. Like, can she pause for a second?
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
I was just been, like
giving
deep
you a hard
diving into
time.
life.
What have you been up to?
Well, I went out of the country on a trip, and and then I came back.
Boat day.
Yeah, I went on a boat day. I missed you because we could have jumped in the water together.
Gabe says I'm not allowed to jump in anymore. I was like, you can't take that from me.
Yeah,
I do
no.
that everywhere I go.
Yeah, everywhere we go.
Florida doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
Florida water doesn't count.
Get in the boat. Get in the boat, Carrie.
Swim.
I was like, she's drowning. I'm going in. I'm going in. Good old Destin Waters.
Sorry.
Oh my
Still
goodness.
gonna jump off the boat.
Holding hands.
You know, if you tell me not to do something,
Yeah.
I have that rebel spirit.
It's almost summertime, so you know what I mean? What do you think?
I'm trying to get summertime fine.
Are we going to get in these swimsuits or what?
Yeah, the last few dinners lately, he's like, "Come on, I'm like, I'm trying to get skinny," and he's like, "Well, I need to get skinny too." I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to. I gotta rein it in, about."
I know. I've been on the snack train, man. It's not good.
Yes, about this time, March, April, I'm like, oh, I feel the countdown, of the sun's coming out.
Because we're anti-gym people.
Yeah, and
but
then
you've been doing Pilates, so that's impressive.
I have been doing Pilates, but I don't do it consistently enough because my schedule's been crazy, especially the last few weeks. Haley actually texted me the other day, and she was like, I miss my Pilates, buddy. I was like, you just got to give me a little bit. I'm still sore, I feel like, from the move and everything. So I was like, I wouldn't be any good.
What are we talking about today? Like all the weight loss gimmicks we've tried over the years?
Oh, let's talk about getting skinny.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to talk about getting skinny? I love to talk about
girl,
things.
I've tried everything from, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Just telling you. Is that a red flag?
Well,
I don't know. I feel like it's a red flag.
Kind of a red flag in
I
this
know
department.
at this point, yeah. Because the simple thing would be to diet and exercise or whatever, but who wants to do that?
I love food too much.
I don't like the gym,
and I'm picky.
Yeah, I'm over that.
I don't like green juice.
I worked out enough as a kid, being an athlete all the way through college. If I never saw a gym a day in my life, I would just be thrilled. Pilates
is literally the only thing I've ever found that I actually very much enjoy. I hate working and walking. I'm a walker. I walk it out.
Yeah.
But I do not like to work out. I get really upset. I get mad. I can't go to the gym and make myself work out because I will just sit there and scroll on my phone. I'll go sit down. I'll go get a snack. I can't motivate myself.
Why when I called you the other day, you're on your walk, but you were sitting in the yard?
Because
what are you doing?
On a walk because I was mad, and then I realized that when I got to the end of the street, I was too tired for a walk, and it was humid, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit down for a second.
I know. I call at the right time. I'm like, cling, I'm here.
I'm like, hi, I'm sitting on a curb. To prove my point.
There you go.
Literally, as soon as I got to the street, I was gassed.
Girl.
Gassed. When you're just so tired, that's why I can't go to Pilates right now. I'm I will hurt myself. I feel really old and tired right now from that move and everything. I've actually hurt.
That's not a joke. When I have to put a cabin together,
and I had movers.
I feel like I can't.
The nerve of me to feel like I'm moved.
I know when you came and got Maddie from the restaurant, you drove. You're I'm like, girl, you okay? You're like, No.
I think because I just don't plan things well. Like I just don't take a day off before, and I don't
take a
day. You know
off,
what I mean? I just go straight in.
Just blow and go.
Just go straight in.
You know, my 30-year class reunion coming up this year, right? And so this makes me think about what happened at my 20-year class reunion. Summer was living with me at the time. And I'm like, girl, no, I think she'd just moved out. And I'm like, girl, I got to lose some weight for this 20-year. And so I'd get on my
nutritionist.
Yeah, girl. But so that's when the HCG drops. Do you remember those? The HCG drops, and you only eat like 500 calories a day.
You can have like
fat
200 calories for the whole day. No, I
girl,
think it's
I was like killing tuna, and had like 2 crackers in there, and that's all I'd eat the whole day.
You can only eat like 5 bites for the whole day.
It wasn't the injection or the drops that you put under your tongue. It was because you're like the calorie deficit. But people are just so dumb to realize that. Like, anybody that only eats 500 calories a day is going to lose some weight. I don't care who you are.
Of course you are. But like, dang, like they restrict you hardcore on those.
Yeah, but you know what? I lost enough to where I at least felt good in my dress.
So you did it? Oh, I didn't last 2 days.
Oh, girl, I did. I did all right. It was a
waste of money. It just sat in my fridge, and I was like, maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Do 400 calories or whatever they told me to do.
What else have you tried over the years?
Oh my gosh. Oh, phentermine.
Oh yeah, I did that too,
girl.
But that makes me have cystic acne.
Do you want to be skinny, or do you want to have bad skin?
I know. I'd be like having to go to the dermatologist and let her shoot my face up.
It worked for me in my like early 20s. I did that, and it like worked so fast. But as I got older, and I went back to the doctor, and I was like, "Hey, I want to do that again." I just couldn't sleep. I was a raging bitch.
Look at you. What can I just put 50 cents in for that?
I was a raging because I couldn't sleep. So I couldn't sleep, and I wasn't eating. And I was just like, I had a headache. Like, I had a constant headache.
I was like a rat on crack on that. And I was just like,
me too. I remember what you.
Oh yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, we were friends on.
We were friends. I remember. I'd be like, "Oh damn!" Like you couldn't get a word.
Well, this is what the bad part was my girls, like when they would go to Mexico, I'd be like, "Hey, bring me some of that phentermine back." Girl, one time they came and put chocolate bars on my desk at work, and I'm like, "What is this?" And they were like, "Pull the chocolate up," and hidden underneath the chocolate bars was phentermine pills.
It was hidden in chocolate?
Yeah, like underneath it. I'm like, I felt like, am I in trouble? Like, I feel like I'm getting in trouble right now.
I thought it was okay.
Well, I know, but like they could get it for a cheaper price from Mexico. And so I'd have them bring like their aunts or whatever when they would come back, they would bring it back. And it like literally would have like phentermine hidden underneath the chocolate. Is that a red flag?
It's a red flag that you took it from a chocolate from Mexico.
I know. Was it like... Was that Willy Wonka in it?
That's the red flag. Like, I don't know what you were taking, but
girl.
Yeah, it definitely worked for me. Like, I mean, I remember mini thins. I remember yellow jackets. I remember
those are trucker pills.
Girl, I loved.
We used to take those when we were like 16 at the club. It makes you feel like your hair's growing.
Yeah, me and O'Dean were having a conversation not too long ago, and he was like, "We used to just
Dad
take mini thins all night when he worked on an oil rig when he was really young, and he was like, yeah, we just go to the gas station and get a bunch of mini thins." And we'd stay up all night. I'm like,
but this is before we were friends. But the first time I took it was a drug called Topamax, and it was supposed to be to help me prevent my migraines. For what?
Did you peeing on yourself?
No, you don't take a drug to not pee on yourself.
Yes, you do.
You do?
Yeah, I think it's called Topamax.
No. I can't with you. No. Topamax, I mean, it might be used for more than one thing, but literally.
Somebody Google this and tell me.
Literally like 15 years ago, I tried it for the first time. No, it's probably like 16 or 17. And because Taryn was like a baby.
Yeah.
And so they put me on it because I was having so many migraines. And they were like, okay, you got to start off with 1 pill this week. Next week, you'll go to 2. The next week, you'll go to 3. And then the next week, you'll go to 4. So I'm like, okay. So, first week I was okay. By the second week on just 2 pills a day. I mean, I was like set an alarm on my phone, I couldn't remember to eat. You know how I'm like a human calculator? I'd be at work and I'd be
I'm gonna go look up Topamax.
Yeah,
really
girl,
quick.
like I literally like I couldn't even like put 2 and 2 together. I'd be like 2 and 2 is what? I'd be like 10. Like I literally, but you know what? I dropped like 30 pounds on that. And it was supposed to be for my headaches, but I was like dumber than a box of rocks. Girl,
I just completely killed your appetite.
I went to go
Side
get
effect.
Yeah, I went to go get a trailer at my friend's house and her apartments. I got lost in an apartment complex. Like I was literally out of my mind. So I get this bright idea like during COVID, I'm like, I'm going to tell them to give me that Topamax again so I can lose some weight. I'm just going to tell them I need it for my migraines. Girl, I was so dumb again, but that's when I got the side effect that I was getting that cough. Remember? And I was convinced I had COVID all the time. I was like, I got to go.
Was it from that medicine?
It was from that medicine. It was a side effect. It was an anxiety cough. And I'd get around people and I wouldn't do it unless I got around people. And it was anxiety
that for
cough.
Like a whole year.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have COVID. And girl, I kept going to the ER in a box.
I wonder how many COVID tests you've taken.
Well, back then I was like taking care of dad, had a new baby.
I know, but I wonder how many you've taken.
A lot. I bet back then 20 or 30. There's so many that they knew me by name. And when I'd walk my butt up in there, they were like, Megan, you don't have COVID. I'm like, I don't know. You got to just test me. $300 a pop. Girl, I probably spent $5,000 easy because your insurance didn't pay for that.
And you loved that one place.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I can go in and out and I can make my anxiety just because my anxiety told me that I had it. I've got it.
This place.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
that.
How many times?
As soon as I got off that Topamax, I mean, and I didn't lose any weight that time because I don't even know if I don't know how many pills I got to, but.
That's what I'm saying. Like certain things like that worked when you're younger.
Yeah,
like
it's not
they
do
not work when you get older. Like phentermine and stuff like that. Like I loved it. It worked so well. I got so skinny, I was feeling myself. And then I tried it again, and all I got was a headache and being a raging, you know what? But like, it did not work. It didn't. I already told you I tried cool sculpting.
Yeah, you
I already
told me
you
that.
how that went.
Yeah, that was like trying to freeze your fat off.
I've done that. I've done fat burning shots.
What's that? Tell me about that.
There's fat burning shots that you can do. I don't think they really worked because
tell me about this. Did you get a shot in your ass or like what?
Yeah, just a shot. Mm-hmm.
A fat burning
It's
shot.
supposed to like boost your metabolism and.
Oh yeah, I did the vitamin shots. Is that what that was, or is it kind of different?
It's similar.
Yeah,
I feel like it probably works if I would have been consistent, maybe. But I think I just want that fast. Easy.
Well, my vice is like Dr. Pepper. It's always been. And every time I would diet, Summer would say, okay, so Summer,
she's like, you got to lay off the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, diet, at least go to diet Dr. Pepper. I do it for a month and I'm like, I didn't lose 1 pound. I'm going back to Dr. Pepper.
Diet anything. It tastes terrible.
Yeah, I'm just not into it.
Zero.
Yeah.
But not diet.
Yeah.
I don't like that weird.
Yeah.
Skinny taste.
No, I don't.
Healthy taste.
And then you always can go on the breakup diet. How many times have we been on the breakup diet over the years?
Yeah, but that's hit or miss because I can gain or I can
lose. Yeah, I think you can like overeat or like undereat. It can go either way.
On me, it's iffy.
That for sure might be a red flag.
It's iffy on me.
I'm gonna tell you what has worked the best. That Ozempic.
Remember when I called you and I was like, "Hey." Before it got to be a big thing. So before it got to be a big thing, or before anybody, I hadn't heard anybody. This is years ago, a couple years ago.
Yeah, because we were going to Bali.
Yeah,
I started it like literally 2 weeks before we went to Bali.
I had been. One thing I would really highly suggest to do is see like a hormone specialist. That really was like
life changing.
Helped me probably the most of anything. Period, because I would go to my general my regular physician and ask him to do blood work and say, look, I'm working out. I used to Peloton like 17 miles a day.
I remember that.
And I was very consistent with it. I was eating clean. I tried all these different things and I was still picking up weight. And so I had went into a med spa for probably a laser.
Go figure.
And I start chatting up a girl in the waiting room. And she's telling me that she she's like, have you been to the hormone side of this clinic? Because they're incredible. They've really helped me drop the weight that I couldn't lose and get my hormones in balance. And so when she said weight loss, I didn't care about the hormones, but I was like, oh, I'm going to talk to Lindsay about it, my doctor. So I started asking her, and she's like, we can pull a panel and all this stuff. But the cool thing about it is, like, when they actually do your blood work, she, like, calls you back in, you know, the next week, hands you the paper with every lab on it, what it means, and, like, if it's in the red, she'll talk about it. So she would be like, hey, so remember how you were mentioning you weren't sleeping? Well, this is why. Remember you mentioning you're not losing weight? This is why. Remember you saying that you're just picking up weight? This is why. Like, she could tell me everything on that blood work, which was very cool. But they had done all this blood work at my normal doctor and said everything was perfectly fine. But they're going by insurance standards, which is just a huge, broad, like, baseline. So the insurance are saying, oh, you're fine. You know what I mean? Where when you go into a specialist, you're not covered by insurance. So the blood work was like $300 or something like that out of pocket. But they're actually doing it for a woman in her 40s that's 5'6". You know, like, it's very specific to where the parameters are much more, like, dialed in. Right. And so she was like, your thyroid's, you're pre-diabetic. You know, this is when she started telling me, she's like, your cortisol level is so high. Are you stressed?
You think?
I was like, yes. And this is the time I had, like, 6 or 7 girls working under me.
Yes.
And my sister's working for me. And you know what I mean? Yeah. And just, I was like, yes, I am stressed. Cheating husband, you know,
all the
little
things.
Kids,
Check.
little
Check.
Kids, teenage kid. You know, I had everything you could think of. And she said, well, what kind of workouts are you doing? And I said, well, I Peloton, you know, this much, pretty much 5 or 6 times a week. She was like, oh, well, first of all, don't get back on the Peloton right now. Like, I just, this is what started the walking. She was like, I just want you to just walk. Don't do anything else. She's like, put in, like, some good chill music and just walk, or get on a good, like, phone call with a friend, or, like, a lighthearted phone call. Like, don't let anything, like, stress you out. Just go on a walk. And I was like, I'm already picking up weight doing this much working out. I was really scared. I was like, I'm really going to pile on the weight. And so, but I did it. I did what she said, and it started falling off. And all I was doing was walking. And that's when I started, and I was like, oh, this is easy. Like, and I would feel mentally so much better. I would feel like, you know, way less stressed when I got home. I was dropping weight. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't have to do the hard workout anymore. So I was like, this is awesome.
I'm laughing because remember the time you called me and you're like, Megan, I went and tried Orange Theory today, and they, like, these alarms started going off, and they came and got me off my bike.
So I have high blood pressure.
And she doesn't take her medicine all the time.
And I guess the premise of Orange Theory is to get your heart rate in the orange, not in the red. And so everybody's score is up there. Like, you're trying to stay in the orange, and you get a splat point per every minute you're in the orange. Mm-hmm. Well, I was in the red. I swear I have 70-year-olds on this side and 80-year-old on this side.
You just started out
Nobody
in the red.
else is in the red.
That is a red flag.
That is a red flag. And so they kept coming up to me and like, excuse me, are you feeling okay? Are you all right? And I'm like, I'm embarrassed because, like, mine is, like, lit up like a Christmas tree. I mean, my heart is, like, about to explode out of my chest. And I don't want to admit it because these old people are right beside me. So I'm like, I'm fine. So I did. Orange Theory is hard. It's hard. But anyways, I highly suggest if you're a woman and you are stressed out, don't go to Orange Theory and don't go to Peloton. Just take a leisurely walk. And it will, like, okay, so the way she explained it to me was if you're already stressed and your cortisol level's already up and you go do a stressful workout, you're signaling to your cortisol level that you're stressed, like, more. So it just keeps spiking it. Well, if your cortisol level's high, you cannot lose any weight. So mine was just staying.
Girl.
like here. And so and it's always around women's belly or arm, like that, like midsection. And that's exactly where I would like gain. My face would get really fat and round, and my cheeks like get like, I'm just like all cheeks.
Orange Theory just made me remember about 2 different things I tried exercise wise.
You did Orange Theory?
No, you did Orange Theory. I did not do Orange Theory, but I did do this one that was this like workout place. It was right next to the donut shop. So when I was going to get donuts, I was like, maybe I should go try them out. And so
after this donut.
Yeah. And so I go in there and I was like, I'd like a consultation, please. And I go in there and it literally was like, you like go through and it's all these little, it's a workout, but you go through and you got to do it's like circuit training. But I literally felt like I was like doing weights in the closet, because you'd go through and you'd have to like shut the door behind you and do this circuit.
Were you in Hot Works?
No, it was like a knockoff. I don't know what. Supposedly it's like, they've got like all these percentages of all these people that have lost weight. And so I'm like, oh, I'll try it. I would try anything. Like back in the day, I would try anything if it didn't mean, yes, girl.
I wish I could have hung out with Workout Megan.
Yeah, girl.
Try Workout
Yeah,
Megan.
and then I also did the like the ones at the park where you got to go like run up the hill and
like a boot camp.
Yeah, boot camp. I did boot camp.
Joyce loves boot camp style.
Oh my Lord, I do not.
They love a good boot camp.
Look, girl, I'll go and it's like 3 days a week, and 2 of those days somehow I've got to stay late at work, or
so you didn't
my alarm
stay
doesn't go
with
off.
This place?
No.
I have a story.
Oh gosh.
So I decided to do, what is the one where you go meet them like outside? It's a boot camp, but a
Gladiator.
I think it's Gladiator, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, one of my clients, of course, has the prettiest arms, and she says that's what she does. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. And they do your first session for free,
Oh, yeah, that's always how they get you.
This was not very long ago. Well, this was probably 3 years. This is 3 or 4 years ago. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And so I go look, and it's like on one of my days off, and they were meeting in my neighborhood where I had just moved from. Like they were meeting there, like under the pavilion and everything. And it says, just bring a yoga mat, super easy. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So I pull up, and they're already congregating. They all know each other, and they're ready for their workout. And so I park kind of far down, and I'm walking up, and the instructor has a microphone.
Yeah, they get on those megaphone things.
And she says, Carrie, get over here. She knew me. It was one of my clients, like another one, was instructing it. And she's like, get on up here. Welcome to Hell Week. And I'm like, no. I started going like this,
session.
and I was like, I'm going to come to the next one. And she's like, get up here, you'll be fine. Get up here in the front. And I'm like,
if you're in the front, you can't sneak out the back.
So she makes me go
number
to the
one
front,
mistake.
and she tells me it's Hell Week.
No.
And I'm like, why?
No.
Why? How do I get myself into these things? And so I get up there, and I'm doing it, and it starts pouring down rain.
No, ma'am.
And she says, you need to go sprint to the end of that field and back. And I just washed my hair. I was like, do I have to? And
I would have ran
like,
to the car.
Yes, you have to. Or you can sit right here and do burpees the whole time. So I just took my ass off running in the rain. And I was like, I was so sore for days. I couldn't even get on the toilet. I was like, what? I will never do this ever again. Like, what was the point? She kept messaging me, Carrie, when you come? I was like, never.
What are all the
She was like, they're not always like that. I'm like, I mean, it was bad.
What are all the fad diets you tried? So I tried the HCG.
I did HCG.
Okay, the carnivore diet is popular right now.
No, Joyce's
She's
carnivore
doing where it's all like meat.
It's basically basically Atkins.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a lot of bacon and meat and eggs and like not much like vegetables or anything like that. So I'm like, you did like Atkins, like that's basically
I
kind of what
think back
it is.
when I was like little and my mom, she was like always into these fad diets. And I'll never forget, she would like be in there measuring her food with like a measuring cup,
Yeah.
Like 1 cup of
That
rice.
sounds familiar.
Like 1/4 of this. And I'd be like, what is she doing? Like, just give me all the food, like I'm not going to be measuring anything out. I did the points.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers. I did the points.
Weight Watchers kind of works for me.
Girl.
I like the point system.
Yeah, like point system for a week. That's about all I'm going to do.
I did like the Weight
I don't
Watcher
do
system.
well with like trying to like, don't eat this because then I want it more.
So I'm with you there, and that's what I tell everybody too. Like, I cannot do something where I can't have something. Like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
No. I can't do, that sounded really bad. I can't do something where I can't do something. I can't do a diet where it's like specifically like never this or never this.
Because then I want it more.
For me, like I will obsess about that one thing in my head, like keto.
Oh my God, I did keto too.
Dreaming about bread. I was like picturing it. I was dreaming about it. I was eating constantly like other crap because I was just thinking about bread. Like I gained weight on keto.
Yeah, I did too.
Who gains weight on keto?
I went to Garland to the keto bakery and I bought like $400 worth of keto. I was like, oh, they got cheesecake.
They have a keto bakery?
Yes, girl. And they got everything. Snacks, tortillas that are keto.
I didn't know you did
chips.
keto.
I mean, years ago, yeah, girl, I've tried everything. And so I went in there and I'm like, well, if I eat like 6 pieces of keto cheesecake, it's like, because I kept thinking, well, it's keto, I can eat it.
And that's
next
where
thing
I
you
go
know,
wrong is like, I don't measure anything.
No.
I just think as long as I don't eat this, and then I overeat the other.
Yeah.
And then I'm gaining weight.
There's like caramels. I had these caramels in you know how I keep chocolate in my top drawer of my nightstand? I had these keto caramels in there forever. And I was like, those are probably kind of old. I might need to throw them out.
For me, like, okay, so for me, I'll tell you, if you want to lose weight,
It's a red flag.
You go walking every day. Women, you don't do a stressful workout. You go walking and you check your cortisol levels. That's like my number one thing. Second, you download the MyFitnessPal app and you decide, like, it will tell you like what's your height, what's your weight, what's your age. Mm-hmm. And it's a free app and it tells you like exactly what you like. Is your goal to maintain, or is your goal to gain weight, or is your goal to lose weight? So I'd put lose weight and it would tell you this is how many calories you're allowed for the day. Everywhere I would go, I would, like, say I stopped at Starbucks, I would pop it in and it would deduct it for you all day. No matter where you were, it would find it. But it would also make you more aware, like, oh, I didn't know a Dairy Queen Blizzard was 1,400 calories. And I was on a Blizzard kick for a while, and I thought I needed one every day. I didn't know that was like my whole day. I thought it was like, in my mind, I was tallying like 500. Yeah. It was like 1,400. So for me, just seeing like certain things like that, and then I know, okay, well, I can't do that, or I'll do this instead of that. That really like did help me. Those two things did help me.
I don't know. Let me tell you what helped me. Ozempic. That's right. The only thing that I don't like about Ozempic is it does have side effects. Like, it girl.
For you.
Girl, it makes me so constipated.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what your side effects were. I was like, you've done so well on it.
I lost 40 pounds on it.
So sick.
You got so sick on Ozempic, but Mounjaro works better for you. Yes. Like, so I think there's like one or the other. Mm-hmm. But girl, it's like I'll go days without going to the bathroom, and then it's like emptying day, and it hits me in the middle of the night. So then I have to get up at like 2 or 3 a.m. I'm sweating. I'm having stomach cramps and stomach pains, and then it's just like release, and then that day it's like release all day long, and I'm like, and then it start all over again.
Is that a normal side effect? Because
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like complain about that.
I feel like sisters said the same thing.
Like I feel like a lot of people complain about it, but I mean, I can eat what I want. I don't have the cravings for snacks. Now I know when I need to take a shot, like a maintenance shot or whatever, but like.
So, I mean, that's how they originally told me about semaglutide, whenever they were like, you're pre-diabetic and you need to start doing this. And I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
There's a shot. Yeah. And you had it before I had mine. Girl. Just for me calling you years ago and telling you. Yeah. And then you had yours like the next day, and I had to wait like a whole week to get mine.
Well,
I was like, how does Megan do this?
I Googled, you know how I got it? I Googled weight loss.
Plush Care.
And I got on Plush Care, and their doctors out of LA. I was like, hey, what kind of doctor are you? He's like, I'm ER trauma surgeon. And so I got on Plush Care. I downloaded the app. I literally took an appointment at 11:45 at night. Do you know how many people I referred to him? Because my insurance was paying for Ozempic, and it was before like it was running out. I got on it. It was before the craze and the craziness. Now I take the compounded. And you know who calls it in is my dermatologist.
Well, I mean, almost everybody carries it at this point. Like, I have a lot of students that own med spas. They're all doing it. Yeah. And
I mean, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, it really is. I've seen so many of my clients that struggled forever, and they are living their best life.
Yeah, and I just don't know how just not putting out, like, if you are in the weight loss industry, like you're a personal trainer or, you know, you're a Weight Watchers person, I'm like, I don't know how they haven't went bankrupt by now, because who wants to do Weight Watchers?
It has to be affecting
everything. It has to be.
It has to be. I think it is incredible. Yeah. And, like, that's what some of my clients that tell me, like, semaglutide is, like, for me, made me super, super duper sick. And I'm like, just try Zepatide or whatever. Yeah. And then they have a great experience. Just like, you know. I think Denisha had the same thing happen.
Right. She did. My sister-in-law was like.
And so I think you just have to play with it, because some people get really bad heartburn and get really sick. And then they say that trizepatide has way less side effects because it was made specifically for weight loss. I think, don't quote me on that, but I think one of my doctor clients told me that it was made for that, where the others were made for diabetes and different types of things. This was made more like specifically for it, and people are getting less like side effects, and it's working, and it's doing something internally. Like, it's putting your body like in a ketosis state. Like, it's tricking it when you're actually eating whatever you want.
The only other bad side effect I have from it is it affects my hair. It makes my hair fall out. And Sam tells me, like, she's seen so many people that are on it, and it causes like hair loss. My hair like won't grow long but I like my shorter hair now anyways.
My hair girl told me that she's so busy with extensions right now because so many people's you know, was having that happen because they just some people just go too far. And women already have a hard time with hormones and stuff like that, and then not having, you at least need to be drinking like protein shakes.
Well, I got too skinny. Like, I got to where I was down to like
Nutrafol.
165.
Nutrafol will keep it at bay. Like, and Nutrafol, have you tried it? They have a hair serum and the vitamins. Yeah. But that will be fine.
Yeah, I need to try. I need to do something. My hair is gotten, but I'm not taking it. Like, I'm just doing maintenance every now and again. So maybe like shooting once a month. But it's the best thing since sliced bread. I can eat what I want, when I want.
Yeah, a lot of people at this point are just on a maintenance dose. I think it's like once a month.
I've kept it off. Yeah. And I like to veer between, like, you know, 5 or 10 pounds. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm okay with that. So
I think it's incredible. Yeah. And I'm doing lots of skin tightening at the studio.
There you go.
A lot of tummies. Lots of tummies. Like, people losing it so fast. Yeah. And having, you know, loose skin
stretch
and everything. Marks. And they're not, you know, going down slowly. So I'm seeing a lot of that from it. But I'm just lasering them away.
There you go, sister.
And it's working. So I'm like, hey,
I don't care what you do. Like, you just got to figure out what works for you. Because, you know, what works for one person may not work for the person next to you.
That's the thing is, like, people will come in and say, you know, that's why I've always, you know, young, like, chased all these crazy things. Because somebody be like, oh, you know, one time.
It's like the get rich quick scheme of weight loss.
It's the biggest industry.
Yeah, like, what is the next fad, you know?
I mean, one time, this is to tell you how people are so different. I had a client come in, and I only see my clients every like 2 years. So they look drastically different to me. I don't even recognize them this year versus like other years. But this one client came in a few years back before Ozempic and everything, and she was just fit and tiny, and I'm like, okay, what's your secret? I tell them all, hand it over, you know. Yeah. I get the best advice up there. And she was like, I got a infrared sauna, and she said, I sit in that thing 30 to 45 minutes every single night and watch an episode of whatever, and then she worked herself up to like an hour. And she just sits in an infrared sauna every single night, and that is all that she's done.
That's not happening for me.
She says, I love sitting in a sauna because I'm always freezing.
No, girl. Remember Hansel and Gretel when we went? We've talked about this. I can't go.
I love sitting in
I can't
sauna.
go to a sauna.
And it has cancer-fighting benefits, like mental benefits, all the benefits. And you lose weight. So I'm like, maybe I just need to get a
red light sauna.
An infrared sauna and go lay out there. See if Gabriel wants to go sit in the sauna with me.
There you go. My anxiety just like, I feel like I can't breathe. I'm just like,
You're kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like that. I like being like warm and toasty.
Nope.
Like every single night I come home, Gabe has my mattress on, the heater on, and he's got it all ready for me. And I just like, I have to have like heat. I drive with my seat heater on constantly. I'm freezing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This was good. Like,
what else you got? You got anything else?
No, things like, all the weight loss fads.
One more thing I did try HotWorks, and I thought I was going to be murdered in there. Sorry, HotWorks, but they give you a code.
Is that yoga or what is that?
It is hot boxes, like saunas.
No.
But they're little tiny rooms, and you book the room and you work out in this little closet sauna.
No.
And they have a TV and they show you the workout for 10 or 15 minutes or whatever, and you can go to another one or whatever. But this is what freaked me out. You know how weird I am. Somebody can come in there with you.
No.
Like
you don't know?
That you don't know. They can, because it's double. They can like come in on your time and just start making noises beside you and stuff. And then they give you a code. Like when you have a membership to HotWorks, they give you a code like on the keypad to get in 24/7. So you're letting yourself in, and there's no front desk. And so anybody could come in there. I was like, I'm going to be murdered at any second. I paid for that thing for a whole year because they kept telling me I got to come up there and cancel it.
No.
And I was working I couldn't come up there during business. I paid for that sucker for like a whole year and went one time because I was so freaked out.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
HotWorks, you are a red flag.
It was a red flag. It felt like, I was going to die.
Yeah, no.
Not in a good way.
Yeah. I'm out on that.
I don't know. I just think you got to figure out. I mean, it's not always like, we're not always going to love to like be in the gym and like to restrict ourselves every single day. But for me, it's just about balance. Like I'm still going to eat the burger. I'm still going to eat the McDonald's, the Chick-fil-A. I love food.
Same.
Pizza. I
love chocolate every day. And I love bread.
Gabe keeps my nightstand
fried chicken, stocked
with chocolate.
I love it. I love chocolate.
So
Hershey almonds.
Oh, I found new. Now that we're talking about weight loss, I found the Hershey Nugget toffee. Have you?
I love the Hershey Nugget
almond. Get the
There's
almond toffee.
Oh Lordy mercy!
It is
so good.
Oh my gosh, it's life changing.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So good. It's so good.
So good.
Yeah. So if you want to get skinny.
Take our advice.
No, don't take our advice. So you're not a doctor,
right?
I'm gonna throw that in there.
Yeah,
but it's always fun to hear like what us girls kind of go through. Right. Hey, I mean, can we talk about air sculpt for 1 second before we get off of here? Air sculpt.
I don't know what that is.
It's lipo while you're awake.
Oh,
where it's just it's like
that
small.
That is what I think I did on the table.
No, you did they were jabbing you. This is like a little, this is a doctor developed this recently.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be incredible. You can do it in your arms. You can do it in your wherever. Mm-hmm. And it's like the results are crazy. And they just say it's not painful or anything.
Yeah. I'll
Air sculpt.
That. Air sculpt. Okay. I'm going to check it out.
So that one looks actually pretty cool. I've never done it, but I'm not opposed. I'm definitely not opposed.
Well,
that was fun, Maggie.
I know. You guys tell us what's your favorite weight loss, fad diet,
give us all the things. Tips. Summer's coming.
Hit us on Got Her Back Podcast, and I'm Meg's Unfiltered, and
Inspired by Carrie.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.